Man, you been in the game what over a decade now?
I'll
Um,
say like actually I've been in the game. I put my first actual project out on CD in '95. So
that's Kingpins only.
Kingpins only, yes sir.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to my Fresno homie.
Classic, classic.
Yes sir.
Um, from then to now, what is the pros and cons in your opinion on the rap game? The change that's going on now compared to then.
Well, since we can't control the changes. I mean, back then it was more like the hunger was different because like I'm trying to get in the game. I'm trying to be the best. I want to do this, and actually I feel like if anybody knows me, they know I work a lot. I stay working on projects, and it pays off in certain ways. So some of the offers I get now, I would never get. Even though like my skill level was the same for coming in the game, but you really got to put in the work. You know what I mean? You really got to put in the work. And now I have mixed feelings a lot of times because I get so many people that want me to help them, like put me on. But I'm like, shit, I didn't get put on like that. You know what I mean? I got put on through working and through my really some street connections. That's how I got put on. But it's like I try to tell the younger cats, like, yeah, I love to help you, but I also want you to respect and pay homage to what we've been through in the business. If we're gonna sit here and teach you something about this business, or sometimes you could do a song. Like I get a lot of cats that they just want to get a verse from me and just do a song because they feel like, okay, well I'm gonna be on if I do this. But I don't really support that movement that much. I support it if you come do a song with me and then we build a relationship, an establishment, and keep pushing together. But I've been doing music all these years and did for so many verses for so many people, and I would say like 20% of it actually got released. A lot of cats pay you for a verse, and they don't even know how to put out a project. So I try to tell people, man, get you an investor and get you a budget so you could do it right instead of just doing it. Anybody could do it. I mean, rapping is not hard. My kids rap. What I mean? But when you're looking at it from a business perspective, you got to go into it the correct way and deal with the right people. But now I'm older, I'll be trying to let some of the youngsters, what I mean, and so it's not so haywire in the game. You know what I mean? So they ain't gotta be looking at me upside my face when I tell them what I tell them because I'm telling them the truth. You know what I mean? But they just don't want to accept it as that. For some reason, there's a million rappers and they still thinking that, I had to tell some of these young cats, like, okay, a million rappers, but name me one rapper that you know with $1 million. They got it from rapping, and they end up dumped. You know what I mean? So, it's not always like, just don't do it just because it's a follower thing and you think that's what's going to blow you up because it's not like that. It takes a lot of work. Sometimes it's dangerous. You know what I mean? You got to get out here on the road. You got to go to hoods and have a spirit about yourself that people are going to accept and not reject. So a lot of people used to love me because I go, and I go to the Kansas cities and they're like, take me to the hood, man. Take me to the block. Let me mingle with some people. And, it helped with my fan base. You know what I mean? And them same fans still there. They're still solid. They're still, whatever project I put out, they'll still support it because they know what to expect.
With the way the West Coast is going right now, we got a bigger sound. I would say a bigger sound or different league of artists, the Kendrick Lamar's, the Problems, Sage, the Gemini, I Am Sue, all of these young cats. They putting a face that was, I guess, I wouldn't say forgotten, but we've been kind of blurred for a minute. Is feeling some of the new artists
Yeah,
that's coming up right now?
I'm very happy with that. Because even though I was born in Washington D.C., but I'm a West Coaster at heart because I've been out in California so long. But I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the younger generation for actually having some lyrical content. You know what I mean? And actually, being that I grew up on the East Coast, I've always been real critical of a lot of artists because I feel like, okay, they good, they make some good songs, but sometimes the skill set isn't there. But to see these youngsters, the Kendrick Lamars and I can actually support them because yeah, y'all really coming with something some substance that people could grip onto. So when the West really is back, it's not like it's not a false, it's not a false movement. It's real. You know what I mean? They actually grew up on the right patterns and learn how to perfect their style. So a person like me at my age, I could support it like, as an OG. Because it's kind of hard. Sometimes it's hard for the older artists to get the respect of the younger artists because they feel like, okay, well, we got this, and y'all still doing this. Like me, I appreciate being able to stick to my script and still being a real enough person, to get out there and mingle with the new crowd too. So hopefully, when the ball really bounces back to the West, we all can collab a little more and put it together.
I feel that you
Yeah.
stick to your roots and
Always, man.
always.
I do what I know, man. I never been much of a follower. I ain't got that kind of spirit, you know what I mean? But when it comes down to it, I've been rapping since I was 7 years old, so I'm a rapper. I want to rap. I don't really let people guide how I rap. But
If it ain't broke,
'cause I,
don't fix it.
man, exactly. You know what I mean? At least, I feel like at least, my real fans respect what I do. You know what I mean? They not like, oh, he tried to go into the hyphy movement and sell like that, and now he's back doing. That confuses people. I don't want to confuse nobody. I want them to know who I am. Just this is me. This is what I'm gonna stick to. This is how I'm gonna live and die.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
you got the one and only online right now.
Right now, www.killertakecapone.com. Go get a digital release, and if you want a physical CD, you can order it. If I'm not on the road, I can handle it. If I'm on the road, sometimes it might take a while, but that's how it goes.
Anything else that the
Uh,
fans need to know?
yeah, well, I stay promoting my projects. I'm currently working on a few projects, a couple compilations I'm working on. I'm doing a label compilation and then called Guerrillafornia, and I'm doing another compilation called Golden State Warriors, which, I mean, I still got some slots for. I kind of wanted to connect, all the way from, Northern California down to Southern California. I just been working with my circle, but, they're good projects, solid projects, a lot of music from the Jacka, and on the mob tip, some of my newer artists. But the Gorilla Formula basically will be like promoting my newer situation as far as my label, my son. I'm starting to work with my son. His rap name is DC the Gamer, and a couple of my older artists that I dealt with do bad. I got a new artist from Mississippi called Sleepy Will that I'm working with. So just trying to promote, give back. I mean, a lot of my supporters and fans and even my friends, they've been real supportive of my movement. So when I can, I do what I could do to put them on and get them a little more exposure. And like I tell everybody, man, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready because you might get called on. And when it's time to shine, you got to be ready to shine. All right. Killa Take Capone, West Coast Mafia's finest. Sickness.net. What's up, man?